Perhaps the most famous electronic band of all time, and yet still widely unknown by a huge portion of the public. Today, I want to talk to you about Kraftwerk and their influential album, Computer World. Kraftwerk started as a krautrock band in 1969 by Ralf Hutter and Florian Schneider. The band released several albums before releasing their first major hit, Autobahn, in 1974. By this point, Wolfgang Flür and Karl Bartos joined Kraftwerk as percussionists. After the success of Autobahn, the band released 3 other influential albums, Radioactivity, Trans-Europe Express, and The Man Machine. Kraftwerk have exerted a lasting and profound influence across many genres of modern music, including synth-pop, hip-hop, ambient, post-punk, techno, and club music, and have inspired a wide and diverse range of artists. Kraftwerk was focused on the relationship between humanity and technology as they shifted from krautrock and experimentalism into electronic pop. Throughout their career, Kraftwerk have pushed the limits of music technology with some notable innovations, such as self-made instruments and custom-built devices. With the Computer World Tour of 1981, the band effectively packed up its entire Kling Klang studio and took it along on the road. They also made greater use of live visuals, including back-projected slides and films synchronized with the music as the technology developed. The use of handheld miniaturized instruments during the set, for example during Pocket Calculator, and perhaps most famously, the use of replica mannequins of themselves to perform on stage during the song The Robots. So by the time they released their album Computer World, which quickly became a major success, the album went over the theme of computers and how they may impact humanity through various aspects of life: privacy, power, control, knowledge, and love. Each song from this album was a haunting prediction of how life would be in the future with the influence of computers, where it could be both a time of enlightenment and regression. The album opens with the song Computer World, which immediately starts with a subtle feeling of both joy and curiosity.
In Togo and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard.
The lyrics constantly repeating Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard, the major sources of money and power in the world, then giving a synthetic voice saying business, numbers, money, and people, referring to everything computers will affect. Kraftwerk is giving its audience an industrial tone which is opposite to the melody and flow of the overall song. They combine cold, emotionless vocals with strong musical harmony. The lead almost cutting through the song as if from a distant glimpse into the future. It reminds me of the music from Ridley Scott's film Blade Runner. In a sense, controlling or interfering with everyone's privacy through the use of computers, or just one step further towards complete government control. Either way, the song reflected this with a happy and uneasy tone. After, it continues with the song Pocket Calculator, which gives a joyful and poppy tone. The song opens with a chorus of video game-like sounds and enchants the listener with a cheery melody and warm envelope of sounds. Simply singing about adding and subtracting while pressing down a special key to play a little melody. Pocket Calculator became one of their most famous songs of all time, even to the point where it had 5 different language variations. The song appeared in German,
Ich bin der Musikant mit Taschenrechner in der Hand.
English,
I'm the operator with my pocket calculator.
French,
Je suis l'opérateur du mini-calculateur.
Italian,
Sono l'operatore del mini-calculatore.
and Japanese. When performed live, the band would stand at the front of the stage, each with different mini instruments. They would even hand their instruments to the audience to play as well. The song became one of their most fun and catchy songs to dance to. As the calculator sounds fade into silence, voices are heard counting in German as shortly after a thunderous drum beat encompasses the listener. Following that is a narrow sequence of waves, immediately complemented with a trembling accommodation of zaps and blips. Then a chorus of multiple voices counting in different languages, giving a simple and easy pattern that is both catchy and energetic. The randomized use of confused sounds give the song a synthetic feeling, while also interacting in a way that it creates a constant flow throughout the song. This song became one of their most sampled songs as other musical genres began to treat this album as a musical guide of sorts. As the song continues, it is abruptly interrupted by a sharp melody that flows with the rhythm. We hear Computer World 2 come in like a wave consuming everything in its path, giving the listener both a relaxed and energetic feeling of mystery. The blips follow the melody in a way that they both interact with each other equally, reminding its audience of the approaching future of computers becoming a normal addition to our lives. As we flip the record over to the other side, we are greeted with a sweet and soft melody that gives a warm and vibrant feeling. The bell-like melody softens the audience, almost like a lullaby.
I don't know what to do, don't know what to do. I need a rendezvous, need a rendezvous.
The lyrics chanting, "I don't know what to do, I need a rendezvous," giving us both a connection to the theme and the melody in comparison with our own lives. With how computers may solve a problem many of us suffer from, which is loneliness and finding love. Computer Love fulfills that desire inside with its bass line, multiple melodies, and rumbling drums. The aspects described are very common nowadays as people are constantly using their phones and computers to connect with other people. In a sense, technology is becoming the norm on how to find love. Eventually, as the lead becomes quiet, beeps and chirps are heard as if the record is starting up like a computer. An edgy bass line cues as the album grows dark once again. The plucky lead fills the song, sounding both creepy and uncomfortable.
I program my own computer, beam myself into the future.
I program my home computer to lead myself into the future. Almost as a way to put the thought into the listener's head that computers are approaching and will be in everyone's homes eventually. Which is currently true with a large portion of the world using computers in everyday life, becoming a household item that everyone will need. The song inserts a hypnotic sequence of sounds, like computers speaking to one another or connecting in a way. As it closes, it's leading the audience out of the song into a state of mystery. But as the album is expected to end, a similar beat returns with a repeated phrase. It's more fun to compute, as if tempting the listener to own a computer and join in on all the aspects of this album. The original melody returns in a way to conclude the album, as if it is a hard truth for the audience to handle and understand, harboring darkness while offering joys and desires to be fulfilled, closing with a dark feeling of mystery and confusion, pushing the listener to accept the future of humanity. So this album brings up a lot of controversy and a lot of conspiracy for this time. And ironically, if you look back on it, most of the songs from the album are actually happening. So it is unbelievable how well this album has aged with society. Personally, I feel that this album captures the future and present very well. It connects with the audience, introducing them to the theme in a warm and inviting way, but then shows the frightening and unsettling part of technology. I recommend this album to any aspiring musician and anyone who generally loves music. This is a crucial part of music and it still captivates us as it did in 1981.